How's it going, everyone? Rick in the air here, back to you guys with another video. And in this video, we're going to be doing a review of the Sentry 3 fan controller by NZXT. Sorry about the light, but yeah, we won't have to bear with that for too long. But anyway, let me just take a look at the screen here. So as you can see, we have the percentage. I can switch that to RPM just by clicking that in. And you can also see that I have a thermal probe, so that's the inside temperature of my case right now. There's different modes here, so if I click this, it goes into low mode. If I click it again, it'll go into high mode, performance mode, so it'll start to bump up the RPMs and stuff. And then in the middle is manual. And what I'm trying to show you guys here is with these different channels here. I have 1 through 3 channels linked together, and that is controlling the fans. I have 3 Corsair 120 high performance SP fans. They're non-LED, the ones with the rubber grommets and the red rings on them. Just to let you guys know, these things go up to 2,350 RPM. I also have another set of 3 underneath there on the inside, and they are all connected to the 1 through 3 channels on the fan controller here. So I have 3-bit Phoenix, 3-pin male, 3-pin female, to 3 times 3-pin female fan connectors. They're splitters, and they're each one of those 3 is plugged into 1, 2, and 3 channels. So I could connect in another 3 fans, 1 per channel, to have a total of 9 fans controlled by just these 3 channels. But I have 6 fans right now because I don't need any more. And those 3 channels are all linked together with the link software. You just hold this button down, and then I can, hold on, let me see here. Yeah, you can link them together. Let me just hold this for you. See, it's blinking now. I can unlink them, and then I can link them back together. And you just tap that. And that now, so if I wanted to turn them all off, I could just push the off button, and now they will all turn off. It's not very good to do that while your computer's running, but they're all off. See? All 3 under here, and the 3 under there. And now, I'll show you guys, I'll turn them up. See, the only thing that, if you can hear that one, you can. The only thing that this fan controller does, right when you start your fans up from a low RPM, well, I guess right when you start them from a cold start, so like when you first turn your computer on, you're gonna hear that sound. Well, these are really high RPM fans, but your fans are gonna run at maximum because the fan controller is trying to get the bearings on what the maximum speed is and the lowest speed, and then it's gonna, every time it's gonna calculate that and put it right in the middle, which you have your percentage button. You can drag your finger and slide it here. So 40%. I usually like to keep mine right at 50 because this thing does have under voltage, over voltage, and undercurrent protection. And I've noticed sometimes that the fans sometimes don't get enough voltage to them, so they'll stop spinning for like half a second. One of your channels will blink. It'll let you know that it's not spinning anymore, and then it'll automatically bump it up and over voltage for like a split second to get it back running again. You'll hear it really loud, and then it'll go away. But I've noticed that it won't do that if you put it on 50%. 40% is kind of pushing it because it's so low. You know what I mean? It needs to keep that fan spinning, especially since I have such high RPM fans. But then otherwise, the other things I have here, so 4 and 5, these are connected to the secondary 120mm radiators, one there and the one I have in the basement there. And those are 2 cool my Titan X graphics cards. So I have the 2 fans connected and a push-pull there, one there and one in the back. I have those connected to these channels, and I don't have them linked together. So I can just control, I believe number 5, let's see here, test it. Yeah, there you go, see the fans on the back. I just turned it off, turn it back on now. And then number 4 would be this one here at the bottom. I could turn it off. See that fan down there not spinning no more? There you see the light pop on. Alright. So yeah, I just have it all connected here. It's really easy, very intuitive. You can either use the arrows here to adjust the percentages, or you can just slide your finger here. And one thing I will tell you that I did figure out with this fan controller is I didn't originally want to use the temperature probe. I didn't see the need for it. But I will say that you have to have the temperature probe plugged in. I have mine sitting up in the 5 1/4 inch bay up there, just sitting there. I mean, originally it's to put you're supposed to put it like on your, like right on top of the heat spreader of your CPU. I don't think that's necessary for me, but you have to have it plugged in order for you to actually gain manual control over your fans. I learned that I had to get a replacement because I thought mine was messed up, and then I learned that when I tested it before I actually returned the replacement one before the other one came in, but that's a long story. So yeah, I have 14 fans in here, 6 on the top 360 millimeter, 2 on the 120, and 2 on the 120 in the bottom. So that's a total of 10 right there. I have 1 more at the bottom there, just bringing in fresh air from the bottom, and then I have 3 here in the front, and then the one at the bottom there and these 3 in the front are controlled by the case's fan controller, so I can turn those up and down from here. That's just to increase the airflow within my case and stuff like that. And then I'm using this fan controller to control all the temperatures of the actual components that are touching cores, so GPU cores and the CPU. And if you want to get over here to the monitor, we can see, sorry about the light, right now I'm sitting at 28 degrees Celsius on my top Titan X card, and on the bottom Titan X card I have it in, so you just heard that? It just beeped, sorry about that interruption, but it just beeped because it got undervolted, and then now you just hear it pop up the fans, and then it'll go back down. So it's really good to know that your fans are gonna stay spinning at all times when the computer's running, because it knows what's going on. But yeah, as I said, it's at 26 degrees, 25 degrees Celsius, and these fans are running on the GPUs right now. They're running at 50%. I have them running at 50%. And then the CPU temperature, if we go down to here, minimum and maximum, there you go. My hottest core is usually the core number 1 here, so it's causing the most trouble. But yeah, if you just look at that, I'm just sitting here idling. I do have this processor overclocked to 4.7 gigahertz, and we're sitting right now in the low 30s. Maximum, well, I was running a Windows Defender scan, and the maximum it got up to was 71 degrees on the Troublemaker core, like I said. I don't know why this one hates me. But yeah, I can run IDA64 stability test, and it will not hit above 95 degrees. And this is at 100% load on the CPU, overclocked to 4.7 gigahertz, and that's what I think the fan speed's only at like 80, so I could kick it up even more, probably get it even less, and it only hits that for 1 time, and that's with a burn test of like up to, I think, 6 minutes or something like that, so nothing too bad. Alright guys, that's been a review of the NZXT Sentry 3 fan controller. I really enjoyed it. It only cost $35. It comes with a good warranty. I really like the sounds, the beeping that it makes in case your fan stops spinning, and it blinks which channel it is. I even have 2 fans hooked up to each one of these 3 channels, and it still lets me know which one it is. It's pretty awesome. Alright guys, this has been Rep in the Eye here. Back to you guys in another video. Please like this video if you liked it. Please dislike it if you disliked it, and leave a comment below as to why you did so. Follow me on YouTube and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.